If this is on your For You page, pause for a second, because what I'm about to say might save someone's job, a promotion, or maybe even a relationship. I want to talk about speech patterns. We grow up on movies and TV and yeah, even TikTok, where people talk like scripts, perfect lines, clean sentences, beginning, middle, and end. That style gets treated as correct communication. But for a lot of us, especially if you're neurodivergent, ADHD, autistic, or otherwise, that's not how our brains work. Written language is linear. Our thoughts are not. When I talk, my brain is already 3 branches ahead. By the time the words come out of my mouth, I have jumped onto something else. So in high stress situations like an interview, a performance review, a big meeting, it gets way worse. We'll start rambling. We jump around. We try to show you every single thought we had instead of staying in one clean thread. It's not because we're stupid. It's because our brains are moving too fast for a straight line. Okay, so interruptions. Yes, we do it. Not because we're trying to be rude, not because we don't care about what you're saying. It's because the thought showed up like a firework, and if we do not say it now, it could be gone. Over explanation, we do that too. The first sentence might have been enough. We'll throw out 10 more ways to say the same thing. So we stack them. And it's not because we think you're dumb. It's because we're not sure which version is the right one. And then there's this one, repeating ourselves. If you say, what? Or, sorry, can you say that again? There's a good chance we literally can't. It's not because it was not important. It's not because we're mad at you, but because our brain is already 300 miles down the road and walking all the way back to find those exact words is exhausting. Now, here's why this matters. So I talk to people almost every day who are neurodivergent, who have been fired or put on a PIP or passed over for a promotion with feedback like, they keep interrupting. They could not keep their thoughts straight. They're not a strong verbal communicator. And what that often means in plain English is they were not neurotypical. That's not constructive feedback. It's just describing how our brains work. I was actually told this myself. You're great in writing, but you are a terrible verbal communicator. That's not just fit, that's actually discrimination. In the United States, Americans with Disability Act exist for a reason. You have the right to ask for reasonable accommodations. Things like getting questions in advance, having time to write instead of only speak, being allowed to pause and regroup, or using notes in a meeting. Look, you wouldn't look at someone on crutches and say, you're great at your job, but you keep being late for those emergency meetings on the 3rd floor. We do the equivalent of that to neurodivergent people all the time. Okay, here's my ask. If you're neurodivergent, you're not broken. You're not bad at communication. You just communicate differently. If you're a manager, a partner, or a friend, and you hear yourself saying, they just cannot talk the right way, stop and ask, am I punishing a disability instead of supporting a person? We owe it to the next generation to push this forward. Use your very messy, non-linear, very neurodivergent voice to say, what you're describing is just how my brain works. Punishing me for it is not feedback, it's discrimination. Look, if this hit you in the gut, save it, share it, maybe share it with someone in HR, or send it to one of those neurodivergent friends who thinks they're the problem.